Over the course of my 4 years in high school, I've kept a journal. Not necessarily like a write in everyday dear journal type, where you spill all of your thoughts and your feelings and write every single detail of your day down. More of like a journal of moments, where I write something down when I feel the need to, when I feel a strong emotion about something or someone or a certain event or whatever it may be. So it's full of just little short stories and poems and notes and moments. So for my look back, look forward, I wanted to share some and share some music that's been important to me in my 4 years. I like the small things in life. Smells of coffee shops and new books, the feel of paper pages, the insanity of holding something. Everything is a small thing if you really think about it. Some days I'm in love with you, others I'm just your friend. But times like now, I feel like one of us is hopeless. A response 2 years later. I believe I was experiencing high school teenage emotion. I can't remember how I felt exactly, but I'm certain it wasn't love. Maybe emotional approval? I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. My mind is racing. So many thoughts in so little time. Is it a race? Will the better thoughts win? Perhaps. Sometimes look at a notion that makes me scream. Does anyone know the true answer for a true question? What qualifies a good answer? A good question? Good. Other times look at something small, like a craving for chocolate milk or breakfast, or a craving for learning. For that of a good novel, a page freely scratched with fresh words that cut a page. It makes my stomach churn and I panic. I dread every second of it. It feels like a dream. Why did we have to happen? I wish it never happened. I do. I'm too immature. I'm outside and don't even know what time it is. I've just been to 2 concerts. I watched a video of Attic the Pet and my heart hurts and I can't really seem to stop crying. I left the house because I needed to be alone. I met someone who's really amazing at the show. I have a feeling we're going to be close friends. I don't know, I just feel like we really understand each other. I mean, we barely know each other on like a what's your favorite color level, but on a human level, I guess we know each other well. I think we're going to start playing music together. I don't know. It's just a feeling. I'm not really sure how you can make life so much more, but within doing that, everything hurts so much more too. It's like everything is amplified with you. So all the happiness and all the sadness just hurt so much more. I think I'm just meant to be a sad person. My life is amazing, but there's always something constant that makes me cry, making everything hurt. But the thing is, I'm creative when I'm sad, and my creativity makes me happy. Just the ups and downs of life, maybe. Who knows, I guess I just have to embrace it. She's sitting there, and I can't help but think of how great it is, that she loves what she's experiencing. Her eyes light up. The music gets louder. The bass goes with her heartbeat. She doesn't put too much thought into it. She just listens, watches, and writes. She knows what she wants. She wants music. She wants all of it, any of it. She wants to be there because of it. She wants to drown in it. Everything about it, she falls in love with every day. This night changed her life. She writes without stopping, with fluidity. The night made her realize that this music is what her life entails, breathing it every day of her life, never stopping, always giving, always writing, always playing. It's her life. It's her. Music. As cringy as it may be, and feel free to laugh here, the first band that I really connected with was 21 Pilots. And my freshman year was when their album Blurry Face came out. And that's what really connected me to music and really connected me to what music means and what lyrics do to a person. Blurry Face is the first album that I became obsessed with. Not in like a fangirl sense, but yes, I know you're all thinking in a fangirl sense. Just in the sense of when you listen to it, everything makes sense. Like the album just connects with you. And you're like, holy shit, someone else feels the same exact way that I do. And it's a cool feeling. It really brings together, like it enforces that idea of human collectiveness, that we're all together and we have a very similar thought process. That album is actually what made me want to go into music, because of what it did for me and what it made me feel. And I'm like, hey, I want other people to feel this way too. Not even just about my music, other people's music too, like being able to get bands out there so that people can connect with their music. So yeah, it's cringy, but whatever. The next album I really connected with was Vampire Weekend's self-titled album. And this came out years before my sophomore year, but man, I listened to this album non-stop, especially when I started going to college classes at Santa Monica College. And this album symbolized like moving forward with my life and not just staying in one place. Vampire Weekend self-titled album made my sophomore year in a sense because of the melodies and the lyrics. So if you've ever listened to this album, then you know exactly what I mean, because all their songs sound very happy. Like they're all upbeat, they have a very good groove to them, but the lyrics are so depressing. Like there's some rough shit in there, and that's really what my sophomore year felt like, because on the surface everything was totally fine, and then it was like, hey, how you feeling? And yeah, that's where the darker stuff comes in. And then my junior year, the album that really defined my junior year was I'm Wide Awake It's Morning by Bright Eyes. That album means so much to me on so many different levels, especially the writing style. Bright Eyes has a strange sense to it where everything is poetry. There isn't a single song on I'm Wide Awake It's Morning that isn't a poem. Like, you could just dead ass print out the lyrics and like put it in a book and people would buy it and be like, yeah, that's just a poem. But I don't know. I don't know how to describe this album, because throughout all of junior year, from beginning to end, it always had a big impact. Whether if it reminds me of a person or if it just reminds me of a moment, I don't know. It just some crazy stuff. And finally, senior year, I fell in love with an artist called Courtney Barnett, and her album Sometimes I Sit and Think and Other Times I Just Sit, which honestly, just the album name alone is exactly my senior year, because sometimes it's like, alright, I gotta sit and think about the future, and then sometimes just like, dude, I just gotta sit. I just gotta soak in what's happening and just sit. But between the summer of my junior and senior year, I went to Australia, and Courtney Barnett is Australian, but funny enough, I didn't really listen to her music until after I went to Australia. But her album is just, it influences me so much in my own writing for music, especially lyrically. Like, her lyrics are very much like essays. She just writes about what's around her and what she's feeling, which is exactly what I do. And I want to be able to write more songs like her, you know, because not all of her songs are about the cliche, you know, love and breakups and all that stuff. And she writes just about moments, and that's really what I want to be able to achieve. Moving forward with college in my life and everything, I don't know, I'm just really excited. I'm going to be in my favorite city in just a few months. I'm going to be at an amazing university. And I just feel like everything is coming together, and I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm so excited. Like, just this time, like right as senior year is ending, is just, it's so bittersweet. But it, like, honestly, it's not even bitter. It's just sweet. It's just sweet because all of this hard work that I've been doing for not only 4 years, but for 12 fucking years, like my entire schooling career, has all led up to this moment, and it feels so rewarding to be at the school of my dreams. And I don't know. It's the coolest feeling. It just feels so right. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to go into music. I'm excited to study entrepreneurship. I'm excited to meet new people and make new connections and share music. Share stories. Man. I wonder if I'm ever going to look back on this. Like, if I'm going to find it, like, years later and be like, that shit's cringy. Or be, I don't know. Happy about it, I guess. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, I guess.